Thank you so much. Well, we have one last thing, which is on this particular topic. We want to have some closing remarks from Dr. Evaristus Mensah. He's from IBM. He's the general manager of Cloud Pak, Edge ecosystem. And I love him. He's tech for good and diversity and inclusion. So come on up here and give us some closing remarks and your thoughts about it. I can't wait to see you here. So camera on, mic on, and I'll pass it over to you. Ev. I'm calling you Dr. Ev because your name is long. I love it. Okay.
Hi, Patty. Hi, everyone. I don't know what my mom was thinking, but what a great conversation this has been. And I'm absolutely delighted to be here representing IBM, participating with some of all of the others. What a great conversation we've had over the last couple of days, and today's, I think, has been electric. Now, some of the things that I've been hearing, and in fact, Patty, you talked about some of those, and they flowed up in the script. So AI is already here. It's already a big part of the way that we live and work, and it will be an even bigger part of the way that we live and work. It is not a spectator sport, so we all need to participate. And we need to bring the different perspectives to it, participate in development, and that's why it's important that we think about education and how we can get people, more diverse people participating, women participating in the development of the tools themselves, because that impacts how biased or not they are. The sort of data that goes into it, the training algorithms. Some companies have already got principles around this, things they will do, things that they won't do, how you tackle bias, principles that include, what is the purpose of AI? And I know that IBM says it's to augment the professional. The data and insights, how is it data? How is it your AI trained? What types of data? How is that representative? Who owns the insights that you get from that? And then really this issue in here that's come around, which is really pretty much the subject of our conversation here, around trust and explainability. How do you trust? How is the system trained? What is the transparency around your training algorithms? Can others see it? Can you explain it? Can you explain the data that's gone into it? And then, how do you get access and skills? So it's really important, again, that all of us, that we participate, that we're part of the movement as we really make this come to life over the next few years. As a board member, as a member of the advisory board here, obviously we're looking at this holistically. This is something that impacts women in cloud because it impacts our community in a way that maybe it doesn't some of the others. And so we're going to work to continue to drive the agenda around all of the ethical issues, all of the issues of transparency and explainability, bringing the community together to make sure that we continue to develop tools, continue to develop AI use that benefits all of us, and that brings to the fore and really introduces the significant opportunity that we expect to see. Erin Gabrielson talked about the size of the market over the next few years. We all want to make sure that we benefit from that, both as a community, but as a world community overall. So thank you all so much. This has been a great conversation, but it's only the beginning of the conversation. And we hope and expect that all of us will continue to engage and support this work and participate as we continue to roll this out. So thank you so much. And I will hand you back over to Patty.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ev. And, there have been some really amazing comments in the chat. And I wonder if anybody in the chat would be willing to come up on stage, and Raiso bring you up, and we can hear really what were your insights. So we can ask you specifically what questions, what kinds of concerns were raised, and also what were your insights. If anybody would just raise your hand, all you have to do is go over there, hand raise, and then, next to your name, you just put your hand up. It's not that hard. You can put a emoji in your chat if you want. Say, I want to come up. Anybody want to come up and share? It's going to be amazing when you come up and share just that one insight. Do I need to go back through the list of people to see if I can pinpoint someone who really wants to come up and share. Let's see. Let me go to my general chat and see. I love it. You know, he talked about AI. Ali Levine, do you want to talk about this a little bit? Ali, you want to come up and just say a little bit about what happened at your table? If you do, I would love it. There you are. All right.
Sure.
You weren't worried about what you look like at all because you look fantastic. All right. So tell us what happened at your table. What'd you learn and what was your insights?
Sure. I had the pleasure of facilitating a great discussion with folks from different data and product owner and science backgrounds talking about data and insights. And some of the conversations were really interesting around tools that people have used. So we talked a little bit about kind of R and Python and some of the cloud services tools, different cloud platform tools. And a couple of the comments that were made were that, you know, you can't just kind of roll out of bed one day and decide to do AI. There's
Right.
you know, training that's required for different tools, and some tools like R and Python are going to be more available and probably easier for more people to adopt. And so we talked a little bit about, you know, making recommendations for things like that. Other tools like cloud platforms might be a little bit more powerful, but have more training programs that are required to really become kind of experts to get the benefits out of those. So the importance of kind of building up those training pipelines and ensuring good access to education to be able to use tools like that.
Yes, and if you're wondering, like, where can I get a basic class on Python? I went to MIT. They have it free online. So just know that I have a little bit of Python coding, just the tiniest little bit, but you can start anywhere. So if you're thinking and you're curious about it, thank you so much for coming up here. Okay, we're going to bring Annette Wild up here because you clarified the difference between automation and AI. I think people need to know this. What's machine learning and talk about automation and AI. Annette, will you come up here and talk to us a little bit about it before I badly talk about it? Ah, there you are. Yay. Okay, go. Tell us. What's the difference?
Well, it was actually clarified to me in our session. Okay, so
learn best.
That's the insight that I got out of our session. We were talking about, you know, that AI is about analysis and decision making and being able to pull, you know, information out to help, you know, that part of the program that we write, that AI would be functioning more in that area than in just automation of the tasks. So I found that very valuable because AI is new to me, and I'm doing the automation, AI, all that stuff. So the clarification is very helpful.
I love it. So, and a good example of this is really when you're doing machine learning versus machine training, right? So machine learning is sort of where you show the machine rock, paper, scissors, right? Over and over again, it will recreate it for you so that if you show it to it 100 different ways with your hand, it then can play that game with you. And so part of it is that it's learning what it needs to know. And the other is really about, you know, this is my bad explanation of it, but it's automating something. It's making it simple and it automates on its own. You don't have to do anything. The other is it's learning more about you. So that's what AI, its benefit is, but you can imagine if it's just learning about the wrong things about you or just certain people out there, right? So anyway, I love that. Okay, well, thanks for coming up on stage.
Thank you.
All right, see you later. Okay, cool. All right, so thanks again, everybody, for this section, this morning section. Love this on the ethics of AI. We can't wait to continue this conversation. It's a good build on yesterday where people learned, you know, we did a couple of a hackathon, and before that we did some learning. And so I think that we had a cloud guru there. So this is just a way for all of us to become comfortable in using technology better. And so now, you know, technology without great leadership is not great. So we want to really understand how to be good leaders, how to build high trust, how to become a strategic advisor and effective advisor, and get introduced to really how we can do the leader acceleration track, how you can demonstrate good leadership. We're going to have some a roundtable about it at the end so you can meet other people, meet other leaders, and learn from them. Now, here's the thing about us going to this. We remember I talked early in the day about a different link. This is the time for the different link. We're going to give you 5 minutes to get onto the new platform. And so you want to go up at the top. There's also a link down below in the chat. But also, if you just go to events and you click the link, it's going to take you right over to Remo and that. And we'll be here to help you. If you stick around in here, we'll shift you over as soon as we can. But I can't wait to see you there. So everyone, great job this morning. Great speakers, great interaction. Thank you. Let's keep it up. Let's go over to the Leadership Acceleration track. So let's do this. Let's go. Woo!